Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. Thanks for tuning in to the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM. If you're interested in sponsoring my show, you can send me an email to the Mike Wagner Show at gmail.com, or you could also donate to the podcast. Just go to the Donate Listen site, and you can also donate whatever you like. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. For those who are interested, Anchor can give you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. We got creation tools, allows you to record and edit podcasts so it sounds great, and they'll distribute the podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple, Google, many more. And you can make money from the podcast with no minimum listenership. So download the Anchor app for free or go to Anchor FM to get started.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, and over 25 podcast platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Anchor FM, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also, follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful CEO of 2U.com, and it's not a TV station. It's not a TV show, and don't be deceived behind the microphone. He's actually into higher learning. He's grew up originally in Miami, Florida. As you can tell, he's a Miami Dolphins fan, and got all the footballs here. He previously worked with Hooked on Phonics, and he also worked with Corabellum Incorporated, and he also had a TV show called Standard Deviants, graduated from Washington State. And, of course, he is also the nation's leader of providing software for universities, and he's about to take higher learning to a new level as well, especially during this pandemic. And ladies and gentlemen, live from the 2U studios, or should we say U2, ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of 2U.com, Chip Paucek. Chip, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Well, it looks like you're about to be like an anchorman somehow, so I guess it looks like you're about to interview me sooner or later. So that's what it looks like.
You like the mic? I think it's pretty good here.
Oh, yeah, it's a great mic. I love it. And, of course, we are keeping social distancing, so that's a good thing. So,
yeah, I'm here in my home office in Annapolis, Maryland, and, we have 4,000 employees worldwide, and everybody is working from home and has been for a couple of months now, just like most of the world. So, pretty unprecedented times, I would say, Mike.
And of course, you're also the CEO of 2U.com. You worked with Hooked on Phonics, and you founded Corabellum Incorporated, graduated from Washington State, and also you're involved in a TV show called Standard Deviants, and you're about to take higher learning and higher education to the next level. And before we get into all that, tell us how you got started.
So I grew up in South Florida, and first generation college graduate, and moved up from South Florida to attend the George Washington University. Hadn't been out of Florida much, and really had higher ed completely changed my life. It's hard to overstate how much of an impact a great school like George Washington had on me as a human. And so I would tell you that I started this company 12 years ago with the notion of eliminating the back row in higher education. Our whole concept was at first to bring high quality degrees online. And at the time, 12 years ago, schools were not doing much online. Certainly the great universities were doing very little online. And we really believed that the world was ready for high quality online programs and degrees. And 12 years later, we now work with over 73 university partners, ranging from my alma mater, George Washington, to Harvard and Georgetown and USC, Syracuse, many great schools, and including some not in the United States, the London School of Economics, Cambridge, Oxford. So great institutions. And we power over 400 educational programs, ranging from short courses that allow you to stand out from the crowd to technology boot camps that allow you to reskill yourself to become a coder. And of course, high quality online degrees where we started, things that range from MBAs to physician assistant degrees, which you typically don't see done online. So very excited to be with you today to tell the story a little bit.
Sounds great. And we'd like to hear more about TU.com and what inspired you to start up TU.com. Just give us a little more history on that.
Well, I would say, we really believed that you could do something great online, even though at the time it was a bit sacrilegious. The great schools were not really that interested in exploring the online environment. And most of the schools that were doing things online weren't of the quality of a Harvard or an Oxford. And we really believed that if you could get the great institution to get behind you, you could do something great. And the technology, we thought even 12 years ago, was there. It was really a story of institutional will. Could you get the full faculty behind you to allow the student to become equal to the campus student in every way? And so we went for it. It was 2008, so it was a bit of a tough time, but maybe in some ways the best possible time to launch a company. When I think about the entrepreneurs out there that are going through this kind of crazy, unprecedented pandemic, I would say, in some ways now might be the best time to get out and go for something if you can. If you can make it work, there'll be all kinds of incredible companies started right in the midst of what is a fundamental change in society. So, I never thought I'd see an economy like 2008 again. And obviously, what we're going through now is even more devastating. So, my advice to the entrepreneurs out there is to really go for it. But 2U was all about the mission of creating social mobility for people and meeting society's critical needs. And we really believe we've done that pretty well. So over 215,000 students inception to date. The company IPO'd about 6 years ago, and we employ about 4,000 people worldwide.
That is amazing. And of course, it's also ideal at this time. And then when you started in 2008, with the fact that the cost of education has gone up into, like, say, the 5 figures, the 6 figures. And when you started this, was your intention to have it go down in price for tuition, or did the tuition stay the same when it comes to, to you, like, say you wanted to go to Harvard? If you went to Harvard, like, say, pay $20,000, if you did it through 2U, would you pay that same amount, or would it be like less than $20,000?
So historically, we have worked at the graduate level. We've done graduate degrees. And at the graduate level, most graduate degrees online are priced the same way as the campus because you've got the same degree, same faculty, so on and so forth. Over time, the company has diversified its offerings pretty substantially. So we now have prices that range from $1,000 for a course up to higher priced graduate degrees. In undergrad education, which we most recently got into, last year we launched our first undergraduate program, or announced our first undergraduate program. And it actually launches with students in October. And it's with the London School of Economics and University of London. And that program is quite affordable. It's $25,000 for the entire degree. So a Bachelor of Data Science, a Bachelor of Business Management, a Bachelor of Economics from the London School of Economics. So we do believe that affordability is a key part of the online story, particularly as you go to the undergrad level.
And of course, the difference between remote instruction against video conferencing versus high quality online education. And maybe you can distinguish the difference, because people think of virtual learning. It's just like where we're going through right now. It's like, they're doing Zoom, they're doing Skype, school to school and everything. And how would you differentiate yourself, not just in ordinary virtual learning, but what you got right now to, like, say, similar to a university setting?
So you have to be purpose-built for the online environment. That's not what we all just experienced. I give the schools credit for being able to do what they did as quickly as they did. I think that was actually pretty impressive, the fact that schools were able to provide something quickly. But when you go online, you need to really flip the classroom and provide sort of a concrete pedagogy to allow the student to experience content on their own using the internet positively, using high quality video and interactive lessons. And then when they come to a live class, they're actually having a discussion of what they might have experienced, what they already consumed, what they already watched. So being purpose-built for high-quality online education, I can tell you, does drive the right outcome for the student. So 2U released a study with Gallup a couple of months ago that I actually felt provided a wonderful amount of evidence that online done well can be as good or candidly better than campus education. That's not what most people experience. My kids are in high school, and it's been a pretty frustrating couple months for my kids because it was, a really rushed wave of online learning. But I can't state it enough. When done well, it's really high quality.
And then looking into next semester or next school year, because you had this rush you had with the pandemic and everything else, assuming pandemic or not, into next school year, we see the same amount of students staying online. Do you see an increase, or will schools be seeing an increase in coming back? Will schools be decreasing, or what do you see in the future when it comes to the next school year? Will the online and learning be up? Would it be the same? Would it be down? Do you see schools up?
No,
down?
We're seeing a pretty tremendous increase in demand right now for online learning. There's no question this is a moment for online learning. There's no doubt. This is and we think a paradigm shifting moment overall for higher education. You're in many ways seeing the hybridization of higher education overnight. So that London School of Economics program that I mentioned had a pretty radical increase in demand just from March to April. It went up by like 216% total demand. So we do think that that's continuing. Online's here to stay. It's clear that people want online options. Now, at the undergraduate level, it's also clear that there's frustration for people in terms of what they just experienced. We're dealing with a ton of schools right now that are interested in trying to figure out how to do it better. And whether that be in an emergency basis for the fall or a long-term strategic basis. So we announced our second undergraduate program with Simmons University in Boston, and Simmons will be taking the entire institution online for the fall with 2U. So, exciting opportunity for us, but we think a more exciting opportunity for the future of Simmons.
And of course, you talk about the new schools taking on new technology, and of course, you got the Ivy League schools. Let's say the schools have been around 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, or even 1900s. What's it like to sell technology and innovation to an industry a century old and prides itself on tradition, like the Ivy League schools, or say down the SEC that have been around like the 1900s, 1020s, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, or even going back to like say USC or somebody progressive like Texas?
So I would say that institutions have really stood the test of time for a reason. They're really powerful places. So these schools, you mentioned the age of the schools, but just framing it for you, the longest standing companies can't match the longest standing universities. You've got, over the last 20 years, the Dow Jones has entirely changed. Whereas if you look at the top schools, many of these schools have been around for a very, very long time. So when you talk about the brands in the world, Coca-Cola is one of the best known English language words in the world. And Coke was founded in 1886. Well, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, Georgetown University, they were both founded in 1789. So they have 100 years on Coke, and the important thing is not the age. The important thing is the connection points for people. These brands really matter. You form permanent bonds with these university partners. So it's our belief that they will stand the test of time and that they will make it through this pandemic. But there's no question that what's happening right now is a radical amount of change very, very quickly. And that's not something higher ed's accustomed to. So we do think that for all of higher ed, creating opportunities for people with relevant education, sustainable education, accessible and affordable education, blended and connected education, and of course, high quality education is really important.
And of course, we get to about being equal in just a minute. And here's a Coke and Smile, by the way, too. Attributing to Coca-Cola you're saying too. So,
well, I would tell you that being able to get a great high quality course from an institution like Oxford or Cambridge, Harvard. What's great about online education is it does allow you to take a 6 to 12-week course, get a great certificate, and not just learn a skill, but actually stand out from the crowd. And right now, that's really important with what's going on in the world right now from an unemployment standpoint. And we have courses all across many different subjects, whether it be diversity, sustainability, technology, learning things like blockchain, learning things like artificial intelligence. And online education allows you to take it anywhere in a format that's much more convenient.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we will talk about the change in jobs as well, too, the equality and more. You brought up some great points. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, as well as Radio Public, Apple, iTunes, Google Play, over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with the CEO of 2U, Chip Paucek, here on the Mike Wagner Show, originally from South Florida. And he's up here in Annapolis, Maryland, in his home office right here. And we'll be talking about, some of the aspects, some of the awards and everything else. And also that you talked about the latest thing with the jobs, the job changes and careers and everything else. And according to a study that 36% of Americans say they plan to change careers if they lose their jobs. Okay, well, it's George Washington. Sorry about that. So thank God for technology. So by the way, maybe moderators can get us some coffee, please, or Coke. Thank you. Anyway, 36% of Americans say they plan to change careers if they lose their jobs from COVID. What fields will they pursue? What would that surge in demand look like?
Well, I mean, technology training is critical. Right now, there's no question that great jobs are available, even in this pandemic, if you know how to code, or if you know how to be a full stack web developer, or if you know digital marketing. And we offer high quality boot camps that are all in online format from great institutions like Columbia and University of Pennsylvania and University of Washington and many different great schools that allow someone to really become a full coder and learn how to do that in a really intense online format. And I guess I would tell you that, right now, it's pretty unprecedented what's happening in terms of the jobless claims each week. And we do feel like it's an important moment for the company to offer this kind of training to allow people to get back on their feet and get a great job. So the skills gap is very real. If you look at, there's more than 525,000 open computing jobs, but only 49,000 computer science students graduate into the workforce each year. So you've got a huge shortage. And for a company like us, that's an opportunity to help people reskill themselves and, really provide that social mobility that comes with a great education.
And also, too, you have these courses that you offer as well, too, and they offer courses. Now, would 2U be, accessible for someone that just wants to take, just one class, say, remedial English, or say just a casual class, cooking 101, or maybe a music class or anything like that? Now, does this offer like a mini courses, or just one course at a time for the casual learner?
So we have individual courses for the casual learner, but maybe not something like cooking. We focus on academic subjects, a pretty wide variety of academic subjects. So if you go to getsmarter.com, you can see our full subject list. So Get Smarter is our consumer brand where we offer the individual courses. And we have over 100 different courses, incredibly high quality, from great schools like Oxford and Stanford and Harvard and Yale. And a pretty broad range of subjects, but nothing in cooking. So we don't go to lifestyle courses today, but we're incredible sort of overall set of course offerings for people. You should check it out, Mike.
We will do that, and also too with 2U as well too. Is this also accessible for the for those with disabilities or handicap or anything like that?
Yes, so everything we build is accessible by design. And so that's a core value proposition of what the company offers to our clients. And so we would love for people to check out the offerings.
Okay. And again, what's the website again? And also, what are some of your partners again to check out?
So our company website is 2u.com. And at 2u.com, you can find out all about the company and learn about our mission. And you can see access to all of our different degree programs. For our short courses, the website is getsmarter.com. And on the Get Smarter website, you can actually access all the different short courses that you may be interested in, whether it be, there's a great course called MBA Essentials. It's like a mini MBA from the London School of Economics. It's 8 weeks, and you learn sort of, it's a really small, short, but high quality MBA course that gives you a really good flavor for what would be in a full MBA. And so many different types of courses at getsmarter.com.
That's fantastic. And what's coming up in 2020 for the future of 2U? We'll find out in just a minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email just support at SonicWebStudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, and over 25 podcast platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with Christopher Paucek, CEO of 2U.com, here on the Mike Wagner Show. We talked about how the company got started, what they offer, and about online learning, the future of online learning, and everything else. And just a couple more things before we wrap up here. And you also have very interesting entrepreneurship. You won Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year. Goldman Sachs won her most intriguing, and more. And tell us about your accolades that go with your experience.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike. I would say, I've been doing this a long time, and along the way, some people have been kind enough to think that that I've done it well. The awards are honestly, they're fun, but it's really all about our company and our team. I learned a long time ago that it's really not about me. So I think if you ever really think it's too much about you, then you shouldn't be doing this anymore. So continually learning and trying to continue to improve, my ability to lead the company as it's gone through different stages. I would say that, one of the most underappreciated aspects of running a larger company like this is just keeping everybody focused on the core mission. And we like to think that our mission is to eliminate the back row in higher education. So, there's a huge amount of runway ahead for the company and a great opportunity. So I appreciate the awards, but I would tell you that the greatest award is when one of the students comes back and has a great experience. And fortunately, our students are in general really, really pleased with what they're coming out with from one of our programs.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you also have tying with your interests. You talk about being a Miami Dolphins football fan, and maybe you can offer to you.com to some of the players in the Miami Dolphins, maybe after football, during football, or what do you think about that?
Yeah, we do have a couple of players that are in our programs. So Latavius Murray is getting his MBA from Syracuse University. And so that's pretty exciting. We actually do have a couple of Miami Dolphins that are taking individual courses. So, what I would say is offering this format does create flexibility for people to be able to fit it into their life, even if they are in a profession like the National Football League. I'm CEO of the company, but I did take the MBA at UNC and got my MBA through a 2U powered program. You really can fit it into your life. So I would encourage everybody to check out our offerings. Great offerings. Something I should have mentioned earlier when we were talking about coding is that we're about to offer our first ever high school aged, I should say, coding programs with University of Pennsylvania and Columbia University this summer. So that may be of keen interest to your listeners, given how right now people are looking for high quality options for their kids over the summer when we're dealing with this pandemic. So that may be something for people to check out. And you can find information about that at our website, on our website.
That is fantastic. And what do you have plans coming up for 2020 and beyond for you and your company?
Well, right now we're pretty focused on delivering for all of our university partners as they make this transition to the online environment. We are launching many different new courses, many different new degree programs. I would say our undergraduate offerings are really now coming online for September and October. So that is very well timed because people are now, when they're thinking about online options, thinking about higher quality online options. And so our London School of Economics program, our Simmons University program will offer great opportunities for people to consider a fully online undergrad experience.
That is fantastic. And lastly, just a couple of things with Chip Paucek, CEO of 2U here on the Mike Wagner Show. Who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
I'd probably say my dad. My father, entrepreneur at heart, and learned a ton from my dad over the years. When I have good days, he always tells me that you're not as smart as they might think you are on your best day, and when we have tough days, you're not as dumb as they think you are on your worst day. And he gave me my optimism and my spirit for sort of not letting the skeptic win. So I would say a lot of that comes from my pops. Hey to Ed Paucek out there, I promise you he will definitely watch this because he watches everything that I do. So Ed Paucek, the original.
And I'm sure he's going to take some online classes as well, too. So that's something we wish many of us did back then, too, instead of the typical classroom. So,
we really do have a wide variety of ages in our programs. And we have plenty of people that at many different sort of stages of life engage. And what I'm proud of is we're delivering a high quality experience for people, and that's high quality outcome. Uh-huh. So and it's fun to be able to be on and talk about it.
That is something. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
I mean, I would say my personal sort of mantra is that every day is a holiday, every meal is a feast. Take each day and care for it and cherish it, and that's certainly become more. I believe that for some time. It's something I try to live my life by. And my God, has that become super relevant here over the last couple of months. So as we get through these times, it's really important that you sort of focus on what really matters. And we are, in some ways, coming together as a society right now. So I think there'll be some real positives that come out of this.
And so once again, every day is a meal and every holiday is a feast.
Every day is a holiday. Every meal is a feast.
That's it. Okay. I got to remember that. That was very unique. So I still have to learn that. Once again, CEO of 2U.com, Chip Paucek here on the Mike Wagner Show. Chip, a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Learned a lot from you. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. And just a couple more things. Tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people, purchase or check out what you got?
So you can check out www.2u.com, the number 2, the letter u.com. You can find all of our different options on 2u.com. And then you can also find our short courses at getsmarter.com. That's GET Smarter. So getsmarter.com. I really appreciate the opportunity to share this with your listeners.
And we learned a lot from you, Chip. Again, Chip, a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Learned a lot from you. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. We'd love you to have back on 2020. You've been fantastic, and let's learn more from you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.